All right, so everyone's really excited about AGI right now, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of talk about how close we are to actually,
Achieving it.
yeah, achieving it, exactly.
It's everywhere you look these days.
And we've got this article here from AI Times Korea.
Okay.
It looks like Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella,
Oh, interesting.
he's not totally on board with all the hype.
Really?
Yeah, he's pushing back on some of the bigger claims, the bolder ones.
So in this deep dive, we're going to try to understand
Yeah, so we're going to look at
why he's not buying it.
why Nadella thinks all these declarations about AGI being right around the corner.
Right.
He calls them outlandishly premature.
Outlandishly premature.
That's his word.
Wow. Okay.
And even more important, what does he actually think?
Yeah.
What's the real sign?
The real benchmark.
Yeah, the benchmark that AGI has actually arrived.
So what does he say? What does he think is the thing we should be looking for?
Well, he thinks focusing on, benchmarks and metrics.
Right. The typical ones.
Yeah, those standard ones.
Like passing this test or,
Yeah.
performing at this level on that.
He says it's misleading.
Okay.
Just because you hit some of those benchmarks
Doesn't mean you've actually achieved.
doesn't mean AGI.
Right.
It's like saying you've climbed a mountain.
Right.
Because you set up camp at the bottom.
Okay.
You've got a long way to go.
You're not even on the mountain yet.
Exactly.
Okay, I see his point.
So Nadella thinks the real benchmark,
Yeah.
the real way to measure if AGI has actually arrived,
Okay.
is to look at its impact on the world economy.
The global economy.
The global economy, yeah. And we're not talking about
A little bump.
a tiny little change.
Yeah.
His benchmark is a 10% growth
Whoa.
in the world economy,
10%. That's huge.
driven by AGI.
Wow. That's a pretty massive target.
Yeah, it's a big one.
So how are we going to even be able to tell?
Well, to give you an idea of the scale,
Okay.
he uses the analogy of the steam engine
Okay.
and its role in the Industrial Revolution.
Oh, I see where he's going with this.
Yeah, so he's saying just like the steam engine revolutionized industries
Right.
and boosted productivity,
Increase output.
yeah, AI could do the same thing.
But on an even grander scale.
Exactly. He thinks AI has that potential.
But he also makes a point that to get to that level of impact with AI, it's going to take a massive amount of computing power.
Yeah, he's not just talking about
The models themselves.
yeah, he believes that the real competition
Okay.
isn't just making smarter AI models.
Right.
It's about building the infrastructure to actually support them.
So the hardware side of things.
The hardware, everything.
A whole system.
He even uses this phrase, overbuild.
Overbuild.
Yeah, meaning we have to go above and beyond
Wow.
to get ready for what's coming.
So it's not just about the brains of the operation, it's also about the brawn.
The muscle behind it, yeah. And speaking of really cool advancements,
Okay.
Nadella mentions Microsoft's new quantum computing chip,
Oh, yeah, I heard about this.
Maserano 1.
Maserano 1, right?
Yeah, he actually compares developing this chip
To what?
to the invention of the transistor.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, which, if you think about it,
Yeah.
the transistor changed everything.
It really did.
That led to, all modern electronics.
Miniaturization. I mean,
Yeah.
our whole digital world, basically.
Exactly. So he's pointing out, how revolutionary this new chip could be.
And he makes another big claim.
Oh, yeah?
He says Microsoft could have commercial-grade
Ready to go.
quantum computers within 4 years.
Just 4 years.
That's a huge statement.
That's incredibly fast.
It makes you wonder how this quantum computing thing plays into his vision
Right.
for how AGI is going to impact the economy.
Could that be the key?
Yeah. Could quantum computing be essential to reach that 10% growth benchmark?
It's a big question.
Definitely something to think about as we keep unpacking his perspective.
Absolutely.
Thinking back to Nadella's steam engine analogy,
Yeah.
it's important to remember that
What's that?
the steam engine didn't just
Right?
appear overnight and,
Poof.
yeah,
Everything's different.
transform the world.
It took a while
It took decades
Yeah.
of development and, people adapting to
to
it.
get it right.
Yeah, for its impact to really be felt.
And even, society had to change.
Exact huge social and economic shifts.
Yeah.
All because of this new technology.
So we probably shouldn't expect AGI to just,
Right.
wave a magic wand,
Yeah.
fix everything.
No instant utopia.
Yeah.
Not going to happen overnight.
If Nadella's vision is right, getting to that 10% economic growth,
Right.
it's not going to be
A sudden jump.
suddenly
It'll be a gradual thing.
Yeah.
With probably its own set of problems.
challenges for sure.
Along the way, yeah.
Which makes me wonder,
Mm.
what industries
Yeah.
do you think are going to be most affected
Right. What's going to
by
be
AGI on that scale?
most transformed?
If we really think about it,
Mm.
are we talking healthcare,
Oh, could be.
manufacturing, education?
Yeah, any of those, really.
It's pretty mind-blowing.
It really is. The potential implications are huge.
It could change whole industries.
Yeah. Entire sectors.
Okay, so we've been talking about all this computing power
Right. The massive amount.
that we need
Yeah.
to even make these AGI models work.
Yeah.
But where does quantum computing fit in?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because Nadella seems pretty excited
Yeah, he does.
about Microsoft's breakthrough with this.
Yeah, their new chip.
Maserano 1.
The Maserano.
He even compared it to
Did he say something like
the invention of the transistor.
The transistor, yeah.
Yeah,
Which
really
is
huge.
Yeah, the transistor was like a total game changer.
Yeah, it was.
Like it made electronics smart.
Miniaturization.
Yeah, it basically made the digital world possible.
Right. Paved the way for everything we have now.
So is he saying quantum computing is the key? Is that what he's getting at?
To unlock AGI's true potential.
Like the missing piece of the puzzle?
Yeah.
It's definitely possible. I mean, quantum computers,
Yeah.
they can solve problems that like normal computers,
Regular computer.
yeah, classical computers can't even touch.
And if Nadella's right about
Yeah.
commercial-grade quantum computers
Name available.
being ready to go in like 4 years,
4 years, that's
that could change
really accelerate things.
everything. Yeah.
The whole face.
It's like we're on the edge of this
I know, it's
technological convergence.
Yeah, where everything comes together.
A whole new era.
And that takes us back to the steam engine analogy.
Right?
The steam engine needed all that infrastructure,
Yeah.
like the railroads and the factories.
All the systems around it.
AGI is going to need something similar.
But instead of railroad,
It'll be
we're talking data centers.
data centers, yeah.
Networks.
Algorithms.
New algorithms of the energy.
to power it all.
To run all of it.
Yeah, the scale is pretty amazing.
Yeah. It's almost mind-boggling.
It makes you realize how ambitious Nadella's vision is.
He's not messing around.
He's not just thinking about little improvements.
No, he wants to.
He wants a fundamental shift
Change the world.
in how we interact with the world.
The whole thing. Okay, so we've been digging into Satya Nadella's take on AGI.
Yeah.
What he thinks it can really do.
His vision for it?
And you left us with this really interesting question
Oh, about
historical parallels.
Yeah.
Like, besides the steam engine,
right.
what other big innovations throughout history?
Throughout history.
Could you give us some clues about how AGI might change things?
Oh, that's a good one. Let me think.
Yeah.
Well, when I think about the steam engine, you know,
Yeah.
what it really comes down to is
What's that?
harnessing a new kind of energy, right?
Oh, interesting.
It wasn't just the machines themselves.
Yeah.
It was about controlling this force
Yeah.
that could power whole industries.
I see. So with AGI,
Yeah.
are we talking about harnessing the power of information?
That's a good way to put it.
Computation.
Yeah, like AGI is
So-
almost like harnessing intelligence itself.
Whoa.
You know, the ability to just process information
Right.
and solve problems.
On a huge scale.
Like we've never seen before.
Okay, so what other inventions in history were about harnessing a new force?
Yeah, a new kind of power that just changed
It's a
everything.
game changer.
Well, how about the printing press?
Oh, that's a good one.
Before the printing press came along,
Yeah.
knowledge was basically limited
Yeah, it was hard.
to a very small group of people.
Yeah.
It was expensive, and it took forever to copy anything.
And it was controlled.
Very controlled, yeah.
But the printing press,
the printing press changed that.
it made information,
yeah, it made it
available to
it
everyone.
led to like widespread literacy.
yeah, people could actually read,
Yeah.
led to scientific discoveries.
Yeah.
Huge cultural exchange. So is AGI like the printing press for intelligence?
like,
Like, are we going to have this intelligence explosion where everyone has access
yeah,
to
imagine
super advanced problem solving?
having access to that.
Creativity.
The possibilities are pretty incredible.
It's hard to even imagine.
It really is.
Okay, so we've got the steam engine, the printing press.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
What about electricity?
Oh, yeah.
We totally take it for granted now.
It's just there.
But back then,
Yeah.
completely revolutionary.
Practically everything.
I mean, communication, transportation, healthcare.
The whole world.
Yeah, everything.
So AGI could be like...
Electricity for intelligence.
Exactly. It's like this utility
Yeah.
that powers all these applications.
all these systems we haven't even thought of
We
yet.
can't even imagine.
Yeah, it's
It
wild.
could be this invisible force,
Yeah.
like running underneath everything,
Behind the scenes.
making everything work better.
Optimizing everything.
How cities run.
Yeah.
How we figure out diseases.
How we do everything.
It's a lot to think about.
It really is.
So bring it back to the Della.
Yeah.
It seems like he's saying
Mm-hmm.
that true AGI,
Yeah.
it's not about hitting those benchmarks
Oh.
or creating some perfect AI.
It's about what it actually does.
It's about real change.
the impact.
And he thinks we'll measure that impact
Right. How much does it actually
by how much it contributes to the global economy.
help the economy?
That 10%, bro.
That 10%, yeah.
That's his benchmark.
That's the number.
And like we've been talking about,
yeah.
to get to that level,
Mm-hmm.
we have to think bigger than just the technology.
Right. The tech itself is just part of it.
We've got to look at history,
See what we can learn.
see what we can learn from the past.
Yeah.
Think about how society's going to have to adapt,
Exactly. And get ready for all the challenges.
because there will be challenges.
There will definitely be challenges.
It's a good reminder that this isn't just science fiction.
It's real.
It's the future we're building right now.
We're making it happen.
Nadella's steam engine idea.
Yeah.
It's a really good starting point.
It is.
But like we've seen,
yeah,
there are so many other examples from history.
that can help us understand
That can help.
where AGI might take us.
Yeah, what it could look like.
Exactly.
So as you keep learning about AGI,
keep exploring.
keep this stuff in mind.
Yeah.
Don't just buy into the hype.
Question everything.
Really think about all the different angles.
It's complex,
Yeah.
but it's also super exciting.
It's going to be an incredible journey.
It really is.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everyone.